How do you deal with difficult clients? How do you deal with people that make your life hell, that are unreasonable, emotional, annoying, rude, disrespectful, all of those things? I've handled all of that because I've been working with consumers for a long time, also worked with smaller businesses, worked with big businesses, worked with bureaucracies, you name it, I've had it, and I fixed it as well. So I think I can give you a few pointers on this subject. What I want to do is I'll walk you through sort of chronologically how I got to my current philosophy, and you can follow along. And I think this will help in showing you like which path to take at which moment. A while ago, I saw a video from I believe Marco Pierre White. I think he's the youngest chef ever to get 3 Michelin stars. But there's a journalist interviewing him, and she asked something like, "You've kicked out 8 people in the past 2 weeks out of your restaurant. What's that all about?" And his answer was, "Only 8? That means I'm behind in my schedule. I should kick out more." And I laughed out loud because it was the exact same answer that I would have given way back in the beginning of my career. Because in the start of my career, when I was younger, I got semi-famous in my circle for firing people that were either annoying or rude or didn't get with the program or didn't follow the rules or whatever. And it works. I just don't recommend this as a first resort, which I used it too many times back then and too easily, just because I was easily annoyed then. But my mistake was being emotional about it. And what I want you to do is never, ever, ever be emotional about it. If you notice that you have this buildup of rage or anger or annoyance, I want you to be aware of that and to not let it sway you into doing dumb things. I vividly remember the moment that I realized that I was being emotional about it and that I quit doing it as well. There was a client and I had been trying to reach her for 2 weeks. I needed some sort of signature from her, and it was really a formality, but I needed the signature to make the deal go. And I talked to this woman before, but suddenly she doesn't pick up the phone. And she's my client, so there's no reason really for her not to pick up the phone, right? I keep calling. This goes on for 2 weeks. Finally, after 2 weeks, I noticed that on my phone, when I get out of the appointment, she called me back. That's awesome. So I call her back, and the first thing that she says, this woman that I've been trying to reach for 2 weeks, multiple times a day, leaving voicemails, being nice, by the way. I was never butthurt about anything. It was just, can you call me back? It's very urgent. I need your signature. Blah, blah. This woman immediately goes on a tirade, telling me that she called me that morning. I wasn't available to take the call. It was that fact was very rude, very unprofessional. I should be ashamed of myself. Blah blah blah. The whole 9 yards. And it was so bizarre that it made something click in my brain. And I realized she's feeling either guilty or ashamed of not picking up the phone earlier. And now she's just puking it out, preventing me from being able to say, "Hey, why didn't you pick up the phone?" She was emotional about it. And because of that, and because of that realization, I was no longer emotional about it. So I let her talk. And then I went on with business, basically saying, "Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. I was in an appointment, couldn't take your call, but I'm glad we're talking right now because I need the signature." And the conversation flowed from there. But I was mature enough and non-emotional enough to say, "Hey, I'm sorry. I couldn't pick up the phone. I was in an appointment. I apologize." There was no reason for me to apologize. I was trying to reach her for 2 weeks, and then one try and it doesn't work. But it doesn't matter. It's not about being right. It's about getting the deal done. And that was something that I missed early on in my career, and I'd like to save you from that mistake. What this all comes down to in a nutshell is that you need to be clear on what your goal is here. I'll take Marco Pierre White, the cook from my earlier example. He was very clear about his purpose. He needed to run a tight ship, a restaurant that was worthy of 3 Michelin stars. If you're going to get those things, everything has got to be basically perfect. And if someone would get in the way of that, get in the flow of that, he had no qualms about kicking that out. Now, when you find yourself in a conversation with someone that's being difficult, or when you know that you have to call someone and it's going to be a hard phone call, what I would advise you to do is set up, write it down. What do you want to get out of the conversation? What do you want to achieve? If you're crystal clear about your goal, it'll help you in navigating hot waters with your client and deciding like what to say, what not to say, where to go, where to take the conversation. Because in general, you know where you want to go with the conversation. And a lot of times when people are being difficult or emotional or both, there's something else at play and you never know what it is. I mean, maybe he got up and had a fight with his wife, or his boss just chewed him out, or he just doesn't like the way you're talking to him that day. You never know what's going on. The only thing that you do know is where you want to go with your mission. Like, what do you want to achieve? I remember a client calling me up completely like out of his mind, pissed off about some sort of detail in a proposal I sent him. And for whatever reason, I still don't know to this day. I have no idea why, but he blew up, like completely freaked out about it. And for me, it was clear that this proposal needed to be signed and I needed his signature and I wasn't going to change that. So I let him talk, which is a common thread, if you notice. You let him talk. And then I asked, if I'm understanding you correctly, you're not happy with the way that XYZ is written right now. Is that correct? And he went in another tirade. Yeah, because it's so unprofessional, blah, 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 whatever. So I let him talk again. And I said, okay, I get it. So if I'm understanding correctly, what you want from me is that I change the wording of it or what? And slowly but surely, the situation gets less tense, less blowing up, more smooth. The tension leaves the conversation when you make sure that you communicate that we're talking, I'm understanding, I'm trying to understand your side of the case. And even if you have no intention of getting that change in there, it still behooves you to make sure that you understand what they're saying. Because a lot of times, I said this before in another video, a lot of times people aren't listening. They're just waiting until the other person stops talking and then they can make a sound. You don't do that. Really listen to them, and because sometimes they actually have a viable complaint and then you can do something about it. And if you can't do something about it, you can just make them feel heard, get the emotion out of the conversation, and get it to a more rational level. Also, if you need something, if you have your goal is clear for the conversation. You know what you want out of the conversation. If that's the case, you can do something that I've done very often. I think it's in a book that I read. The book is called If I Say No, I Feel Guilty, I believe. Can't remember the technique's name, but it's basically the fact that you loop around again and again and again to your same point. Let's say you want to get paid, right? And you call and you get the guy that you need on the phone. And you basically tell him in a nice way, pay me. And he gives you the runaround. He gives you some sort of bullshit about, the accounting office needs to have some time, blah, blah, blah. And it's BS. And you know it's BS. What you can do is basically loop around and tell him the exact same thing again, but in different words. So, yeah, I completely understand, but I just need this bill to be settled. Is there any way that we can do that today? Because it's really important. And then he gives you another bullshit excuse. Yeah, no, I get it. The thing is, I just need this solution now. I just need this to be handled. How can we get this done? And you just loop around. And it only takes, usually, for me, it only takes like 2, 3, max 4 tries. And then they finally understand that you won't relent. And either they fix the problem right then and there, which happens fairly often. You would be surprised at how many unsolvable problems I've gotten to be solved just by being persistent and looping around. And if they don't, they are very clear on the fact that it is a problem and they won't forget it. Like if you don't let them off the hook easily, they'll know that you'll be annoying the next time that you call. In a nutshell, make sure that you're not emotional about it. Be rational about it. Let them talk. Make sure that you hear them. Let them get the emotion out of the equation, because the longer they're talking and the more they notice that you're listening, the emotion goes out of the conversation. And when that's done, see if there's a rational, normal solution to be had. And if there's not, if they're just being an asshole, kick them out.